Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the West Ham Network for today's Hammers headlines in association with our good friends over at Knees Up Motherbound. KUMB.com. Make sure you do go across there and check out their wonderful content as per usual. It's been a very busy transfer window for West Ham, hasn't it? It's been fantastic, and we have all absolutely loved it. Let's not beat about the bush there. Now, before we get started, make sure you do go across and check out Football Prizes competition. The latest one is to win this right here from our new signing, Somerville, signed custom-framed West Ham boots. Tickets cost £3.95. The competition ends on Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Make sure you do go across and check out that. The link will be in the description below. So go across there. Thank you very much, of course, to our good old friends at Football Prizes. We are here, of course, discussing with you all of the latest Hammers headlines. So let's get started on the first story. And you can see from what I have said in the title of this show that there's two potential stars heading out the door for free. Now, you heard yesterday and kind of breaking over the past couple of days that the breakdown in the deal for Zouma to head across to the UAE due to medical issues, which I probably think we could have suggested would have came true that way. But he has got 12 months on his contract. Apparently, every party wants this deal done if they can, but they can't get it done if it doesn't pass his medical. So what options do West Ham have? Well, West Ham do have an option, and that could be that we pay up his contract, and that allows him to recover and then join whatever club he sees fit at that point. I think West Ham were hoping for some element of fee, but we look like we have absolutely moved on from Kurt Zouma's time at the club. So I can see West Ham having to put their hand in their pocket to save the money to pay him up out of his contract early, which is not great financially for West Ham right now, but we take the hit for this right now because in the long run, it might save us some finances in the situation. So we'll have to see how this one transpires with it, but I don't think he'll be the only one we may be looking at. It also could be Danny Ings, because apparently, you know, according to sources, West Ham are desperate to move Danny Ings on, considering he's our second highest earner on our wage book. Ridiculous deal, £125,000 a week. And at the time, he was on a 2.5-year contract. He's a year and a half into that contract already, so we're looking likely that we have to pay him up if we do go out. However, I could see West Ham looking at trying to subsidise a loan with an obligation or a loan deal, so pay part of the wages to get him off the books for another club. I could see something like that happening. I think we'll see a little bit more movement over the coming days in relation to Danny Ings. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. But according to sources out there in the media, West Ham are looking to ship him out of the club. And we are willing to potentially look at getting him out there on a free. It doesn't make business sense, but I suppose it does make business sense to a certain extent. Pay him up on his contract. We're going to have to lose money, but try and sell him. We can't. No one's going to buy him at that wages, all that sort of stuff. So I think Danny Ings is going to end up being the winner from this one. And I think he's handling the situation the way he should. He's a respectful guy. I don't think he's speaking bad ways about West Ham, but it's just a shame that West Ham didn't look at that one as a business sense and think about the future moving forward for Danny Ings. So that one could be another player. 2 West Ham stars heading out for free. And the last story, I know we've spoken to you about Dinos Mavropanos being apparently subject to requirements. I find it interesting, depending on if West Ham bring another centre-half in. But apparently Lopetegui really fancies Aguerd over Dinos. And to be honest, I can see why. I'm not trying to dig out players individually. I've always said my jury's a little bit out on Konstantinos Mavropanos, one of the best names in football, by the way, might I add. But I think that we have a player there that is a great backup central defender, but he's not going to want to be. I don't think he steps ahead of Aguerd, and I think Lopetegui will like what Aguerd can bring, especially if West Ham decide to play on the front foot more than we do on a low block as well. So that doesn't suit Aguerd, but if you have different flamboyant West Ham team, then that suits a Gerd down to a T. So what do you think on that? Does Lopetegui, do you favour a Gerd over Dinos? Because there's no point in trying to say we'll sell both of them. I'd be really genuinely shocked if we looked at selling both of them, because that would be a full overhaul of our defence with no one who really has got experience of being there in that team. You know, right now you're looking at the West Ham starting lineup and you're thinking at Palmieri, you're looking at Kilman, you're looking at Todibo, and now you're looking at Wan-Bissaka. And apart from that, you've got one person that's experienced of being at West Ham, which is Emerson. And I know you've got backup players there, but I just can't see West Ham going for the full shake-up back there. So I think one of those two players will potentially go. And I would rather keep a Gerd over Dinos, but let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. That brings an end to our Hammers headlines for today. Make sure you do go across there and check out KUMB.com, our fantastic good old friends over there as well. So stay tuned for more content coming your way, and of course, come on you Irons.